Hello, Shoyan here. I'm a Japanese carpenter. Today, I'll install the front and back entrances stile and the joists before installing the floor. First, process the front and back entrances stile. The material is Japanese Cypress. It will be 120mm by 150mm at the front entrance and 120mm square at the back entrance, which is a little smaller. First, rough cut the lumber, then plane it with the planer. Start by using a planer, which I push to plane the surface to a right angle. I can plane the material slowly, since I'm pushing it with my hand. As my automatic planer has two blades, I need to press slowly to create a beautiful surface. Use the opposite side of the planer to adjust the thickness. Because this planer planes automatically, I can't make minor adjustments anymore. Next, plane it with a super surfacer. Also, I'll finish with a hand plane as the side. It'll be pretty easy to finish if I apply the super surfacer. Now, first cut the entrance stile at the side. Measure the actual length with a ruler. The space for the entrance is the size of 4.5 tatami mats. When entering through the entrance, there will be a 1-meter floor in front. So the entrance stile is long to side and installed straightly. It'll be a simple shape. This stile will be attached to the foundation on both ends. Also, the longitudinal side will be on the foundation by 30mm. That way, it won't creak and it will be secured firmly. Now that I'm done with cutting, I'll place the stile in the cut floorboard temporarily. The floorboard will be installed on the lower side of the chamfered part of the stile. The floorboard ends will be attached to the stile at the right angle, so make sure to install it at a lower level than when it is installed in parallel. Install the smaller stile of the back entrance in the same way. Now, finish it with a hand blade. Before that, I'll sharpen the blade. Since the blade doesn't always have a fine edge, it must be sharpened each time. Also, I plane it with a super surfacer at the workshop. I'll finish it with a hand plane like this. The super surfacer was already applied so that I can finish it efficiently. I've sharpened both sides of the blade to round it so that the shavings might be seen. In most cases, the top side of the stile will be straight grain. This means the front will be cross grain. The direction of the grain changes depending on where the stile is located, such as in the Shinto shrine, Buddhist room, tokonoma, or entrance. The cross grain will be on the top if it's a stile for a Shinto shrine or Buddhist room. If it's for a tokonoma, the straight grain will be on the top. Also, it varies from person to person. It's usually used this way. Now, install the stile. The stile will be firmly attached by 30mm to the foundation. Glue is not needed, but I'll apply some just in case. Drill a pilot hole and secure it with long screws. Even though it's a good material, I'll secure both ends. Cracking later on is possible if I don't drill a pilot hole. Then, apply a little pressure and attach a joist that supports the floor. I'll firmly secure the joist to the stile and the foundation. It'll be the main cause of floor trouble if you don't attach it firmly. Install the stile and the joist at the back entrance as well. I said that the back entrance stile is a little smaller, but the length is 1 can. That is the length of an ordinary front entrance. It looks like some neighbor's cat was the first one to step on the concrete after it was placed. Next, secure the sleeper to the foundation. Align the top surface neatly and make sure to secure both screws. If you only secure one screw, a twist can develop. This will be the main cause of creaking. The main cause of creaking in the joist or floor is the junction of the sleeper and joists. Since I've secured the sleepers firmly, I'll line up the joists. The material is Japanese Cypress. I'll use it vertically, so it'll be 45mm wide and 60mm thick. The sleepers are cedar, but the joists are Japanese Cypress. I use Japanese Cypress for joists because it is sturdy and will keep the screws firmly secured when installing the floor. The force that tightens the floor and joists together is strong. That's why I use Japanese Cypress instead of cedar. Of course, I'll use a joist material with the warped inside facing up. It means the middle sinks. I'll secure the joists at about 300mm intervals. I said about because floorboards are long. So if you decide the intervals of the joist at the floorboards joint and install it straight, it won't matter if other joists are out of alignment by 1 or 2 centimeters. The floorboard material that'll be installed is 30mm thick and is called Nedaless. It's a thick floorboard that can be installed without joists. You can use it even with 900mm interval joists. This time, I'll install the joists at 300mm intervals, so it will become a very sturdy floor. Now that I'm done installing the joists, I'll level it by floor post next. It's made of plastic and it's called a plastic post. It's shaped like a screw in the middle, so it can be used like a jack. Because the joists and sleepers are warped downwards, they tend to sink. By supporting them with a post, they won't rattle or loosen. However, the plastic post is designed to be glued underneath. I'll apply glue and secure it in place. It took about 2 days to install the joists. Nowadays, house builders don't install joists. Instead, thick plywood panels are attached directly to the sleepers. There will be the foundation, and decorated plywood will be installed on top of it. That way, the floor won't creak, and the construction is easy. But this house is built without building materials, with a few exceptions. So I've installed joists as a conventional method. Now, I've installed the entrance stile. The joists are also neatly installed. Next time, I'll install the flooring material on the first floor. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.